Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So, today you find me in my car. It is quite chilly this morning. It's in the 40s, and not a good day to be working outdoors. I do have some work coming up this week, as we are going to have a little bit of an increase in highs in the 60s. But I thought, you know what? Let's take a trip to a vintage or an antique store and take a look at some holiday decorations that we might add this year. So I hope you'll come along with. All right, y'all, we've made it to Heart of Ohio Antique Center, the largest antique mall in Ohio. And today I'm going to go in a different direction. I'm going to go to the right instead of to the left. So come along with me. Let's see if we can find some vintage, maybe Thanksgiving or Christmas or cookbooks, and whatever else they happen to have that's really cool to look at. All right, come along with. The first neat thing I've observed is this mid-century clock with the two sconces that you could put a candle in. Now, the face of this clock is quite deteriorated. It does not indicate whether it works or not. But I think for $600, we'll just admire it and move on. This booth does have quite a few mid-century pieces and lots of different types of artwork. Pretty near there. So let's keep going. Just wanted to share these very pretty Fenton blue hobnail vases. This one is $40 because the color is not as brilliant. I have a beautiful one that I keep my toothbrush in. So with this price, I might want to rethink my toothbrush holder. And then some Fenton salt and peppers, and these, if you can see, are quite a bit larger than, the ones that I have. So, and those are $50. They have some Hummels, some vintage top jewelry. This is costume jewelry, I think. And there's some more Fenton cranberry salt and peppers. Those are quite pretty too. Same price, $50. And another pair up here. Now, y'all, just tell you, booths like this make me a nervous wreck. Even though things are in glass cases, there is some open shelving. I'm always afraid I'll sneeze and take out a whole display with my purse or something. So, yeah, these are not generally my favorite booths to look in, but sometimes if you sneak to the back, you can find, some unique, interesting pieces. Oh my word, that fish figurine is $260. Holy moly. I think we'll pass on that. Yeah. Y'all, I just have to show you this amazing display of Bakelite or Bakelite bracelets, salt and pepper, the napkin rings, and y'all, these command some pretty fabulous prices. Let's see, can I show you this way? Oops, no, right here. That particular bracelet with the gems is $150. My mom had some Bakelite jewelry when she was, younger, and I do wonder whatever happened to it. She doesn't know either. And for example, one of the napkin rings, and these are quite classic mid-century, a little early mid-century, they're about $40 each. So, Scotty dogs back here in the yellow, and just some abstract here in red. Yeah, I realize I haven't shown you anything holiday yet, but I haven't seen anything. I love the graphics on this Federal Glass patio snack set, and it's out of Columbus, Ohio. And I actually have this set, and they're asking $56. So, and there's a couple of them. I didn't open the second one, but kind of cool. And I also, if you like Asian art, this is a nifty vase, kind of different. And it is $55 as well. Y'all, if this was in blue, like my taller chair, this is a Costco swivel stool. It is in amazing condition. 95, I thought it said 55, oh well. But that is a really neat mid-century piece that is also very, very useful, but not yellow for me. But it's so fun to see all of the things that have been rescued from days gone by. Well, my first Thanksgiving decoration, and it is $12.99. It feels like it is made of a cardboard, has some paint wear on it, probably older. I'm gonna say 60s, maybe 70s. Not everything you see in an antique mall is antique. They have globes, and then like this tree here with the lights on it, this is only $19.99. Although the base looks old, I believe that the tree is a replacement tree because aluminum trees would not have come with lights. And for $19.99, I'm sure it's not truly vintage. So I happened into this booth of just absolutely gorgeous items. Some Fostoria. This is a Fostoria Amber Black and Gold Ice Pail. Just absolutely beautiful. I'll have to get you the booth number here. 5166 if you want to stop and visit the owner. Nice feller. And look at all these beautiful old ads. This is for Fostoria Glass, which is in Ohio. Showing you how to set your table beautifully. And I might have picked up a little something holiday themed, but you'll have to wait to the end to see what it was I decided on. So I just happened to spy. This is the Salem China Freeform Hopscotch. These are actually my dishes. If you've seen me plate up food, really, really neat. Although mine don't have the brown speckles, so it might be a little bit different of a pattern. But it is also Salem, I know for sure. And this handy gadget, you can pin even hemlines every time. And this is definitely the 50s would be my guess. They have a lot of 40s and 50s items in this booth as well. I do enjoy vintage sewing notions, so we're still in the same booth. This is a mini skirt marker. High, low, any way they go. Up, up, and away. You're ready for another day. For a hemline height that's fashion right. So I don't see a price, but what it has is chalk, and you squeeze the bulb and it will make a mark on your hemline wherever you would like it. I don't know, this might be, oh, there we go, $8. They have a transfer pattern maker, so lots of vintage sewing items and craft items. And some Atlantic City saltwater taffy, I would say, is beyond its freshness date. You know, I couldn't go past this without sharing it with you. So smoking helps you lose weight, and it's a skull. This is a 1960s poster, and down here, it's by Reese James from Vagabond Creations, West Carrollton, Ohio, which is, you know, fairly local to me. So I'm not sure if they mean you will lose weight or you will die. But definitely a little different art here in the 2020s. I'm sorry, yeah, 2020s versus the 1960s. So here we are in all things holiday. And the first thing I spy here are some miniature candles. I'm not sure, I think they're supposed to be pine cones, but they were originally 37 cents, marked down to 19, then 10. It wasn't a big seller. And today it could be mine for $10. Not exactly what I had in mind. And down here, Jewel Bright was kind of a successor to Shiny Bright and their claim to fame, where they were unbreakable plastic and could be used indoors or outdoors. And so instead of the metal hook, they just molded plastic. So pretty nifty. This is another very fun booth. Lots of vintage cookbooks, salt and peppers, and then swinging over vintage linens, vintage Tupperware, I guess you would say. Just all manner of things to look at. One of my more favorite booths to come and dig through. But let's take a look and see if we can find any Betty Crocker books that I don't already have. In the back of this booth, they have some Pyrex that I have never seen before. Now, I'm too short to reach that down safely, but I also have not seen this black and dotted pattern. I have seen the leaf. Some of this may be Fire King and not Pyrex. The black and white divided dish with swirls. Very, very neat. And then I do actually have one of the black and yellow gooseberry bowls, but if you want the full set, it's $2.95. So Pyrex has gotten, that's a pretty pattern too, as is that. It's gotten quite pricey and highly, highly collectible. Well, y'all, here's something I've never seen before. So this is mid-century modern, Rausberg yellow floral step can garbage. All of the canisters, the salt and pepper, and even the matching trash can here, which is 42 Ransberg. I said it wrong. Pretty neat. So I had to show you these stools because I love a good story, and I assumed 70s and refinished because they're in such great shape. But here is the history. Found in the basement of a Northwest Ohio house where they've been since they were first purchased, new in the 50s. Original upholstery in the backrest, amazing condition, very hard to find, $649. So actually, I mean, that's a little high, but usually a stool like this in this good of condition would be at least $100. But I can admire them and move on. A little later in the season, I'll be sharing with you my Holt Howard collection when I decorate for Christmas. This has obviously been altered a bit, retouched a bit, and it is $85. And I actually have several of these mugs. Now, I know I've shown this in a very old video, but this is a 1930s Magic Chef gas stove. It was owned by Esther Price, which is a famous candy store. I actually went to school with her granddaughter, whose name was Candy. And she started the business in her home while she was working downtown Rikes, which then became Lazarus, and I don't know what it is now or if it even is. And then she purchased her flagship store on Wayne Avenue. So kind of a cool piece of native history, and it's in amazing shape. So this booth has a lot of vintage candles. I don't know if they're girly or otherwise, but they're older. But what really amazes me, y'all, this tiny teeny bottle brush tree is $14.95. This one here is $39.95, and I got a box lot, a whole box of vintage bottle brush trees, one similar to each of these, and my fruit one's much larger, for $5. And then this is a cardboard, what they call a putz house, and sorry about the focus here, $26.95. So a little pricey in this booth, but you do find that, and I think really value is in the eye of the beholder. So the one disadvantage to this, I'll try to speak up over the fans of this antique mall, if you can call it a disadvantage. There's no possible way you could look at everything in a day, and I've come here for enough years that I kind of know my areas. But today I decided to go the other direction, and I really thought this had sold. I didn't realize it was in this end of the mall. So I gotta show y'all the coveted Capiz lamp. Now Frankie would have a heyday with that. As soon as he figured out that it made this noise, that'd be all over for the lamp, and it's $400, but it's super cute, guys. I would not spend that kind of money, although I can look at it and enjoy it, right? So I hope you're enjoying it thus far. We aren't even halfway through a third of it, if that makes sense. All right, guys, I'm gonna rest a bit and then we'll keep on looking. So I won't say this is rare, but I will say it's relatively hard to find. It is the Pyrex Holly and Pine Cone. It's just a single bowl. It does have a couple, guys, my camera's not focusing, a couple scratches, not horrible. It's in relatively good shape, and it's not picking up the true redness of it on the camera. But the bowl is $80, and I just can't justify that. But I can look and admire. Oh, y'all, the bittersweet swung vase goodness of it all. These are truly amazing. You can see the price there, $325 to $90, I think that says, but these are absolutely stunning. This booth has a lot of mid-century pieces, lots of ceramics, some interesting art, but these are the bomb for sure. And they kind of have things organized here by color, which I think is really neat. It kind of helps you sort out what you may want and may not want. So lots of pretties. Well, we are back from the antique mall. Thank you for coming shopping with me. I didn't have big purchases today. So the first thing I'm going to share, I'm not going to share. So I did buy a gift for my dear friend Peggy of Peggy and Norm of Crazy for Retro, that I'll be shipping to her. So I wanted to get her a little something for Christmas. Still didn't find anything yet for Norm, but I'm still looking, right? But I did find, y'all, some really good vintage cookbooks. Now, I don't need another cookbook. I know that. This is one of the, and I said Betty Crocker, and I meant Better Homes and Gardens. It's gourmet foods made easy, over 170 step-by-step photos taking the mystery out of preparing gourmet foods. And this is from 1980, so it's a little bit newer, but I thought it might be interesting, you know, with the holidays coming up. Perhaps there's a gourmet dish that we would want to make. And then this one is uber cool, guys. It is the Complete Holiday Cookbook. Now, I'm not sure who made this or what it was associated with, a magazine or whatsoever. It isn't in the greatest of shape, but it's from '69, and it goes through New Year's, Valentine's, St. Patrick's, Easter, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, special occasions, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, hors d'oeuvres, hors d'oeuvres, and sandwiches, food gifts to ship, foreign food fair, and entertaining. And I just thought, look at this cake. I think that's probably a Black Forest cake, but that just looked really interesting to me. So I did pick that up. And the only other thing I bought, y'all, these are gorgeous. They are in amazing shape. So it is a pair of candle climbers. Now, the feller I bought them from said they were Holt Howard, and I didn't want to argue with him. He was such a delight to talk to, and I did share his booth number. 89 years old, spry with it. We had a nice little chat. They do say Japan on the bottom. I suspect they're 40s, not Holt Howard 50s, but not every Holt Howard item is marked with the sticker or HH. This does have a 29 on the hind end. I don't know if that was the price or if that is some type of model number. I'll do a little investigation, but I thought they'd be a lovely addition to a holiday table. I hope you've, pardon me, enjoyed today's video. I certainly enjoyed going shopping. And if you would do me a big favor, go ahead and smash that like button. Leave me a comment below. What was the favorite thing you saw or that I bought? I'll take either one. I'm interested to hear what caught your eye because a lot of things caught my eye, most of which were outside of my price range, but it was still fun. I enjoy just going to look. But I have to tell you all, if you go to the Heart of Ohio Antique Mall, wear your walking shoes because it absolutely wears me out every time I go. All right, guys, I'll see you a little bit later on this week. Throwback Thursday coming up, and I'm not sure what else will be coming up this week, but you can be sure I'll see you a bit later. And until then, be healthy, be well, be blessed, and take care.